Hey there, and welcome to our version of Dress Down Fridays. You know what I'm saying? You see, we rocking the throwback Run DMC type Adidas logo hoodie. But real quick, since it is Friday, some of us going on dates. Hey, some of us still single, so we're still doing our thing. And this one is primarily for the guys. And the reason why I say that is because most times, who's doing the spending? It's the guys doing the spending, right? So if you are, one of those kind of people, so let's just break it down. So we'll start with the mathematical part of it first, right? Because we know most people make under $100,000 a year. A lot of people make under $50,000 a year, but you still want to date. Now you might not be able to date too much or too elaborately, but you should still be able to date effectively, right? And still be able to match up with a decent person and do, and have a good time. So let's say, for instance, after taxes, a person's bringing home $1,500, $2,000 bi-weekly, right? So, and then you go out on a nice date, drinks or food, or you take them, you go to a show or somewhere like that, or even a basketball game, or whatever. God forbid going to a football game, especially an Eagles game. But you're going to run up a tab in excess of $200 to $300, right? So let's think about that. $200, because we'll give people the benefit of the doubt. Say you got paid $2,000 bi-weekly, the guy did, right? So you go out and you do, and this is just for one date, and the date winds up costing him $200 or $300. So 100% of the time that he worked for those 2 weeks, he's paying over 10% of his take home pay. Now, this is not even after taxes. His take home pay, his net, right? After taxes, he is willing, or he's paying $200 to $300 to date or for a particular date. So now let's get to the meat of it. That's the reason why I brought that up is because think about it. That would make dating really, really expensive. So a guy would have to make way more money than that on a regular basis to even justify paying that kind of money to go out on a date, right? But for people I talk to, some people are, they don't like anything cheaper than that. I know a couple of years ago on social media was this big thing about Applebee's, or I'm not going to Chili's, I'm not going. Fine, and that's cool if that's how you feel. But the thing I'm saying is that if a guy, and women kind of don't understand, or they understand, but they don't want to recognize this. Once a guy has done a lot of hard work, and he's gotten his reward as a paycheck, a big thing is he doesn't want to give it all up just to try to get some. Now, of course, if y'all already together, if y'all already doing stuff, I get it, right? And even if you really have shown interest in this guy, I also get it. But we have to understand, and I've told other my friends this, shout out to the homie Jake, is that don't beg somebody else to spend your money. Because sometimes, you'll get in these situations where, you'll be like, oh, what's going on? How you feeling? Yeah, you want to go out somewhere tonight? You want to such and such and such and such? Like I'll give you, for instance, this one time, I says to this person, I was like, yeah, didn't really know her, only had a couple conversations, and I said, yeah, you want to go out to breakfast, you want to, grab some breakfast or whatever. So, and this was by text message, and she says, text back and says, um, well, I'm not really sure about that because, I'm relaxing. But then the next text message was, what time? I'm thinking to myself, I didn't say to you, come over so I can make you breakfast. I didn't say, let me come over to your house so I can eat breakfast. I said, hey, look, I'll take you out. Breakfast, I think may have been around brunch time, could have been brunch or whatever, right? Because I never got to the point where I said where I was going to take her, where I wanted her to meet me at, or any of that kind of stuff. But listen to that response. This is my day that I'm typically relaxing. So, but then after that says, what time? Like, sis, which one is it? Like, are you relaxing or are you trying to figure out where we're going? So now you're saying what time? Because, I can respect the game. Sometimes if it's the weekend or whatever, people, because that's when it was, people are tired from their work week, or, on Sundays, they're getting prepared to do whatever they got to do for the upcoming work week, right? But why am I getting 21 questions, shout out 50 Cent, about going to breakfast? You know what I mean? Once again, at this age I'm at now, and the way I'm thinking, and I've been like this for years now, what's the point? So guess what my next text message was? Forget it. And guess what? I didn't even send it. I didn't even send to forget it. It was just, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. Like, why in the world am I going to go out and spend? Because a lot of times now, even with breakfast, depending on which spot you go to, you're paying 50, 60, 70, even, or at a brunch, maybe $100, right? Just to be in the company of a person that you don't even know, really, right? And for this person to say to me, I'm relaxing, and then what time? There was no more text message after that, right? So on another situation, and I was trying to understand this one, I says, well, you know what? With another person, hey, look, what's going on with you? How you been? Such and such. Oh, I'm cool. Yo, listen, you want to meet me? Why don't you meet me over at the gym? Meet me at the gym. You know what I'm saying? We'll, have a good time. And I was trying to make it, fun. Meet me at the gym. And then what we'll do is that I'll buy you a smoothie after that. Right? Just to kind of take the temperature. Cool. You can come over, do something different. It's not an intimate setting. It's cool. It's 10 o'clock during the day, that I was going to invite her to come and anything like that. You ready for this? I don't know you like that. So I'm not going to meet you at the gym. I don't know you like that. So I'm not going to meet you at the gym. Instead of saying one or two things, either A, I don't want to go to the gym. You need to pick somewhere better, to try to take me at, right? Or either two, I'm just not interested. I'm just not interested. So what I've learned to adapt is that, guess what? Now my money is not interested in taking you anywhere, because, hey, there's plenty of other things, got kids, got bills, got other bills, got these bills, got that bills, all this other kind of stuff. Why am I begging you to come and sit down with me when the return that I want may not get there anyway? I could, like, some of the responses sometimes I get or got, and like I said, because I don't want to bash anybody or people, gotten a lot of favorable responses and favorable outcomes. But, nobody, we're sitting talking about things that happen and that need to be or could be corrected as far as certain behavior. Because I remember once upon a time, I would continue to pursue. And, when you're younger, you feel like, oh man, I got this, or I just got to win her over, or she just got to understand what I'm saying, or let me just get in front of her and chop it up with her. And then she'll be like, oh, okay, all right, cool. No, we like, and I'm, once again, as I always say, I'm talking to anybody, but specifically anybody, especially men 35 and older. Nah, if you're single, you don't have to deal with that. You know what I mean? Even if you're with somebody and you're married, you're together, listen, hey, look, let's go out. And guess what? Sometimes you take me out. So you hear me? Like any of you guys that got an issue with ladies doing this, ladies, sometimes take your guy out, because most times, especially if you're with him and you've been with him for a while and you really bang with him like that, you'll know that if you just give a little, a lot of times a guy will give a lot, right? Just do something small, and a lot of times a guy will do something larger for you if he hasn't already. It's too many times where people, especially guys, get the short end of the stick as far as, when it comes down to dating and taking people out. Because, a lot of times with guys are only going to tell you or tell other guys the great stories that happen. But it's funny, as you get older and you start realizing stuff and you see things, you say, you know what? No, these can be teachable moments, not just for other people, but teachable moments for myself, because that's what happens. Unfortunately, like I was saying before, guys are very voyeuristic. So when we see something and we're attracted to it, all we can think about is being around it, right? So when you think about being around it, now you want to touch it, you want to hold it, you want to see how far it can go, right? Legally, of course. And you sometimes get enamored by the fact that, I get the chance to see her. I can't wait to see what she puts on for this date. I can't wait because I'm gonna make a move. I can't wait to see what happens after this date, potentially, right? But there's no way on earth that me, you, anybody else should be begging somebody to go on a date. To me, that's dating execution, dating death. Man, you out of here. No way on earth should anybody ever beg somebody to go out on a date. Let me beg you. Hold on. Let's see how this sounds. You know what? I just been wanting to see you so bad. Can you please just consider throwing something on and going out on a date with poor little old me? Please. No. If she doesn't sound elated to go out on a date, and we even know how that elation may sound through text message. If she isn't clearly responsive to you in a good time period, like I said, sometimes you text somebody 1 o'clock in the afternoon, hey, how you doing? They text you back at 5, oh, I'm good. 4 hours later. No, that means there's no interest. So that means, it's up to you, because everybody is to the moment. I know we all think that we're PIMPs. So you try as much as you want to, but in a lot of cases, especially at these ages, people know what they want. And if they are willing to change and come around, then they need to show that before you go out and start spending all of this money doing dating or on dates or whatever it is. But anyway, that's what I want you to do. Go have yourself a good weekend. Go figure some new stuff out. Like I always say, take a trip, go somewhere, find somebody new, meet somebody new, talk to somebody new, right? You know what I'm saying? Because you just never know. That next person could be the one that's for you. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe, send this video to somebody else, please, right? But until next time, live life. Don't let life live you.